Soybean Cyst Nematode is considered the most important disease of soybean in the Midwest. It is fairly simple to determine the presence of Soybean Cyst Nematode in a field during the season by digging roots and looking for the little white females attached to the soybean roots. Let's join Iowa State University Extension nematologist Greg Tilka as he demonstrates how to look for Soybean Cyst Nematode.
Early in the season, we want to give them 5 or 6 weeks after planting before we check young seedlings for the presence of SCN. And then the growing soybean crop can be checked pretty much through the months of July and August. So you can actually go into fields of fairly well-developed soybeans through August and dig roots and look for the SCN females. Now, notice that I said dig roots, and that's a key point to checking for Soybean Cyst Nematode. You would never want to walk up to a soybean crop and just yank a few soybean plants out of the soil. You want to carry a spade with you and then carefully dig out a cluster of 3 or 4 or 5 plants. And to do that, you just want to put the spade in the soil 4 or 5 or 6 inches away from the plants, dig straight down, and then pop out a cluster of plants in the soil that comes out with it. At this point then, you'll hold the plants in the soil and carefully look at the soybean roots to see if you see the little white females. Now, if you're familiar with soybeans, you'll know that we're going to see nitrogen nodules on healthy soybean roots. And those nitrogen nodules grow much bigger and they're a different color than the SCN females. Nitrogen nodules typically are the color of the soybean root tissue, and that's because they're formed out of the root tissue. The SCN females are going to be much smaller and lighter in color. They're white and sometimes they have a yellowish cast. So to check for them, you just dig the plants out as I've just explained, and then carefully just peel away the soil. And these dark black soils that occur in parts of Iowa are really handy because the black soil forms a nice dark contrast background to look for the presence of the white females.